I think that these nominations for you, Jason, are a little late.
Hey.
You should have had these last year and the year before, in my opinion.
Hey, better late than never.
I hear you.
No, you know what? It's been crazy. I mean, it seemed like a couple years ago. Honestly, we couldn't buy a nomination.
Yeah.
And but it's just one of those things. I mean, I think everybody just kind of has to wait. Their time will come, and if it's meant to be. And for us, it's just this last year has been really crazy. And all of a sudden, you go from not really being able to buy a nomination to this year we have 6. So I mean, it's just it's amazing, man.
Do you have enough room for all of the awards if you win? Like, where are you going to put them?
I don't know, but I'll find somewhere.
They'll be like with your kitchen dishes.
Yeah, I'll clean off. I'll clean off some table space. I'll make sure we got somewhere to put them.
It must be so exciting to write a record when you're doing something like the My Kind of Party record, and you're picking the right songs, and you're working through it, and you're throwing some songs out, you're picking them up, and then to be at this point where it's double platinum, and all that work. Tell me how that feels at this point.
It's great, man. I mean, I remember my first album came out. We were just, I was just hoping it would go gold. Because I was like, man, I'd love to have one of those really cool plaques hanging on my wall.
Oh yeah.
And and all of a sudden it ended up going platinum, the first one, and we had a couple albums do that, and then to go double platinum is just it's crazy, especially this day in music. I mean, it's really hard for that to happen now with iTunes and all that stuff. People buying singles versus albums, and so it's just a lot harder to do that now, and so the fact that we were able to accomplish that was pretty special.
What are you thinking? And this is what I mean by this. Do you think in terms of albums, or do you think in terms of singles, like when you're trying to accomplish something?
I still think in terms of albums.
Right.
I grew up a kid that loved going out and buying full-length records.
Right.
And some of my favorite songs were always songs that never even got released as singles.
Right.
So, so I'm still an album guy, man. I love albums, and I wish that, people really liked going and buying albums still.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, now it's just a different era. People now are so used to iTunes and just being able to go get that one song that they like or whatever. And so it's kind of put a damper on album sales. But that's the thing. I mean, now if you can go out and do, go multi-platinum, and in this day and age with the way the music business is it's not an easy feat. So that's something I'm really proud of.
I feel guilty if I don't put every song from somebody's album onto my iTunes. It bothers me a little bit because you work just as hard on every song.
Well, yeah, and it's to me, I mean, the album is just you spend months working on an album.
Yeah.
And for, like I said, for me, I mean, I just remember growing up, and some of my favorite songs were just kind of B-sides on the record.
Sure.
They were never released, and and even some of my favorite songs that I've recorded on albums have been album cuts that were never singles.
Sure.
So I just think if you're going in and you're just picking out the songs that are singles on the radio, you're just kind of missing out.
Yeah, you're missing out on the whole experience. Stairway to Heaven was not a single.
There you go. Prime example.
Enough said. Jason Aldean, good luck. Hope you got enough arms to carry all the winning you're going to do on Sunday.
I hope you're right.
I
appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, Jason Aldean on 92.5 XTU.